crime rate in the United States rises 400%. The once great city of New York becomes the one maximum security prison for the entire country. A 50-foot containment wall is erected along the New Jersey shoreline, across the Harlem River and down along the Brooklyn shoreline. It completely surrounds Manhattan Island. All bridges and waterways are mine. The United States police force, like an army, is encamped around the island. There are no guards inside the prison, only prisoners and the worlds they have made. The rules are simple. Once you go in, you don't come out.
I will end the illegal immigration crisis by closing our border and finishing the wall, most of which I've already built.
The whole nation's watching. Every good and decent person who works hard and follows the rules.
Los Angeles Island is declared no longer part of the United States.
I will end the illegal immigration crisis by closing our border and finishing the wall, most of which I've already built. On the wall, we were dealing with a very difficult Congress. And I said, oh, that's okay. We won't go to Congress. I call it an invasion. We gave our military.
Did you really think that all of those deputies were off duty?
Gosh, I'm very proud that last week the police chiefs endorsed me. I'm very proud that 40 sheriffs have endorsed me. I'm very proud of all the support from the law enforcement. We're at a 43-year low in our crime rate. So we invite them to our campaign events, and I'm very appreciative of the ones that came.
But did you think it was a problem to have on-duty law enforcement there?
I'm very appreciative of both their support and those that come to my events.
You didn't answer that question. Should there be discipline?
Look, I'm appreciative of everybody that comes to my events. And gosh, we're at a 43-year low in our crime rate. We should be very...
Almost $800 billion. I said, I'm going to take a little of that money because this is an invasion, and we built, most of the wall is already built, and we built it through using the funds because what's better than that? We have to stop the invasion into our country that's killing hundreds of thousands of people a year.
The issue of whether what he terms as genocide can be equated to the struggle. And of course it cannot, because there is just no genocide. Unfortunately, through criminal activity, are not only white people. Majority of them are black people. And we have now been utilized.
The farmers are not black.
I
don't say that's good or bad, but the farmers are not black.
And becomes the deportation point for all people found undesirable or unfit to live in the new moral America.
We stand by the facts, the law, and all the evidence we have submitted.
To be genocide to what we went through in the struggle, because people were killed because of the oppression that was taking place in our country. So you cannot equate that.
Justify genocidal acts currently being committed by Israel.
Justify genocidal acts currently being committed by Israel.
to house in his jails dangerous American criminals in custody in our country, including those of U.S. citizenship and legal residence. Criminals in custody in our country.
Threat of mass deportations. The incoming president
residence.
has vowed to deport millions of undocumented
those of U.S.
immigrants
citizenship and
and
legal
end
residence.
birthright citizenship in the next 4 years. The latest emergency measure will free up local funds for a possible influx of migrants arriving. And now moving to Mexico, where the city of Tijuana has declared an emergency due to Trump.
Where we are headed is on a whole nother level. And while we finger popping, and while we twerking, and while we fantasizing about what rappers got beef and what rappers got conflict, and while we fighting to enjoy entertainment, they are working on a plan to truly take America back. To truly take America back.
Investigates the neo-Nazis next door, a large hate group that our investigation discovered is expanding its presence right here in Tennessee.
Far-right group called Return to the Land, or RTTL, has established a whites-only community in the Ozarks of northeastern Arkansas. The group claims to support traditional views and European ancestry. RTTL is now considering expanding into Missouri, near Springfield.
Right now they've got an enemy. If they get rid of their enemies, they're going to have to find a new one. This might be you.
Williams is continuing his Hate Comes to Main Street investigation. Phil, you have been working on this story for more than 3 months.
That's right, and during that time, we gathered never-before-seen video that shows what the Patriot Club is really up to.
We see that our country is going in the wrong direction and has been going in the wrong direction for decades.
What's going on, guys?
Trump. Latinos gonna vote for Trump. Trump. Latinos gonna vote for Trump. Let's get it straight. Who am I gonna vote for? I'll vote for the man who tells me the truth, the one that we have prayed and hoped for. Let's get it straight. Who am I gonna follow then? The answer is simple. His name is Donald. Who's gonna make us great again? And as a Latino, want my people to understand. Let's put an end to political correctness and make you comprehend. Trump is Latino gonna vote for Trump. Who you gonna vote for? Trump is Latino gonna vote for Trump. Vote for Trump. Trump is Latino gonna vote for Trump.
El secretario de prensa de Trump. Oh yeah,
Por Donald Trump. Yo voy a votar, por Donald Trump.
What's
Trump is Latinos gonna vote for Trump. Trump is Latinos gonna vote for Trump. Let's get it straight. Who am I gonna vote for? I'll vote for the man who tells me the truth, the one that we have prayed and hoped for. Let's get it straight.
thanks to this decision, we can now properly file to proceed with numerous policies that have been wrongly enjoined on a nationwide basis. And some of the cases we're talking about would be ending birthright citizenship, which now comes to the fore. That was meant for the babies of slaves. It wasn't meant for people trying to scam the system and come into the country on a
The people of the world! Make it great like 92! Because we ain't afraid of you! Because we ain't afraid of you! Repeat after me. It is right to rebel!
These protesters in Mexico City say cross-border migration is changing their country's capital for the worse. Over the last decade, an influx of mostly American so-called digital nomads have moved here to work remotely and also enjoy a cheaper cost of living. Protesters say the newcomers have driven up rents beyond the reach of locals.
If they're going to live in a country, they have to contribute to that country. The first and simplest issue is legal migration. They come here with visas or no visas, and still the change in purchasing power generates these problems of gentrification and displacement.
I'm here because gentrification is just one more step towards colonization, dispossession, and the exploitation of our resources. Right now it's about the people, but it won't be long before they run out of oil, water, or lithium in other countries and come and take them from us.
Many Americans in Mexico are able to still receive high salaries in dollars from U.S. companies by working on laptops from their apartments.
The government is directing its public policies towards people with higher purchasing power, often illegally displacing local populations who have lived in these neighborhoods for 40, 50, and we have even documented cases of up to 60 years. In 5 years, rents have increased by 47%. This is violent for the local population. We are debating whether to pay for electricity, water, or food. Of course, we choose to eat.
Posing tougher visa restrictions on Americans could worsen relations with the U.S. Mexican citizens in the U.S. also send billions of dollars in remittances back to their families in Mexico. In a world where travel and communication are faster and easier than ever, these two nations are finding it harder to have neighborly relations.
Unrest happening today. Protest over President Trump's immigration crackdown now in their 5th day in Los Angeles. U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi now threatening federal charges against the protesters. Those threats come as protests are taking place right here in New York City.
Co-sponsor of Trump administration immigrant.
We had a week ago when everybody was being killed and mugged and everything else, despite the phony numbers that were given out, that it was getting better. Brian, do you believe it was getting better or getting worse?
Oh, the crime was getting worse. I mean, I was robbed. It was getting way worse. Yeah.
How did the other guy come out?
Well, he came out with a briefcase, unfortunately. Yeah. Robert 1, Brian 0.
Now, but can you imagine you do this and then you start hearing that they had a 20-year reduction of crime. It's worse. It was worse during the Biden administration than anybody's ever imagined possible. And I guarantee you he wouldn't be here if those numbers continued. But now we have total safety, we have total security. And for the border, in 3 months, 0 people. These are done by liberal people that do these charts. 0 people came through our border in the last 90 days. And many new restaurants are going to open because, as you know, many closed. Many restaurants closed because the crime was so bad. This will be one of the safest places anywhere on earth. So, I really am honored that the National Guard has done such an incredible job working with the police. And we haven't had to bring in the regular military, which we're willing to do. We have to. And after we do this, we'll go to another location and we'll make it safe also. We're going to make our country very safe. We're going to make our cities very, very safe. Chicago's a mess. You have an incompetent mayor, grossly incompetent. And we'll straighten that one out probably next. That'll be our next one after this. And it won't even be tough. And the people in Chicago, Mr. Vice President, are screaming for us to come. They're wearing red hats, just like this one, but they're wearing red hats. African American ladies, beautiful ladies, are saying, please, President Trump, come to Chicago. Please. I did great with the black vote, as you know, and they want something to happen. So I think Chicago will be our next, and then we'll help with New York, and we're going to help with. And I think a lot of these people that you see on television, they are, including the people in this audience, they'll say bad things about me, and then they'll say, thank God he's here, because half of them got mugged, and they don't want to get mugged again. But they're, you know, they work for stupid people that are radical left, and they're made to do things and say things that they don't want to be saying. But the people right here are all happy because you're not going to be mugged in Washington, D.C. anymore.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Privatized prisons in America started with the formation of the Corrections Corporation of America, CCA, in 1983, leading to the first privately operated facility in Hamilton County, Tennessee, in 1984. This development was a response to overcrowding and rising incarceration rates during the 1980s, spurred by the war on drugs and strict sentencing laws, which made for-profit prisons an appealing free market solution to manage the growing prison population. During his time in and out of office, Donald Trump has been involved in several efforts and policies related to outsourcing the prison system and expanding the use of private prisons. Most recently, in January 2025, he reversed a Biden administration executive order that restricted the use of privately run federal prisons. Trump has also publicly discussed plans to outsource U.S. prisoners to facilities in other countries.
Trouble starter, monkey needs to go.